Hello guys, we're back with game number 2. We have left Mishu and Pookie sort out their own business and all the annoyance that Pookie might have caused. Now we are here with two amazing players, again Grandmasters. With me in the studio and co-casting is the Jack Attack. How are you, mate?
I'm doing awesome. Definitely really psyched to be casting a Snute game.
Alright, so here in the bottom left corner we have Turuk spawning as the blue Terran, who already has placed two very sneaky buildings in a very and most sneaky spot. On the other side of the map we have a Zerg who is just leaking with some red stuff. But hey, that's the game design. We have Liquid Snute spawning in the top right corner of the Cloud Kingdom map. This is going to be a best of 3. This is the first game. And let's see if Snute manages to find that. He already has sent 2 overlords where you usually send. And and he sees...
He's got to know what's up now.
Yeah, he sees the Marine and he sees the 2 SCVs and he knows that this is going to be some pressure. We already have a spawning pool finishing, and very smartly Snute moves all his workers here, and also some of them he moves to intercept the Marines with the workers, because Zerg workers have regeneration, so they are quite good against Marines and SCVs. The expansion is already up. A Spine Crawler right now will be going up as well, so I would say that Snute may be more or less safe here.
It's gonna get us around on those 2 workers, but I mean, there's a lot of... He pulled a whole bunch of workers there.
Oh my god, and the Spine Crawler gets cancelled. A good save by Snute. He wouldn't manage to save it completely, so he had to cancel, and it seems he is preparing for a battle, and he wants to get a surround on the Marines. A very nice micro surrounding the Marines completely, but SCVs do so much surface area damage. We have 7, 8, 10 workers killed for the Terran. A very nice score, and oh my god, Snute seems to be on the losing side of this. And we have GG!
Wow.
That's not something you would have expected.
5-minute game.
Yeah, and is that it?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, that's how the game ends. The GG happens, then you go to the score screen after that, and that's how you know the game's over. So, I mean, all those things happen, so the game must be over. 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
You would get an achievement on that
I'm pretty sure. There's something about killing your opponent really fast. I'm sure there is.
5
some
minutes,
Marine
25
rush.
seconds. This is how quick you can beat Snute. that's you know, I'm not sure. Probably someone in the internet does the record tracking. And this must have been one of the records. Now, Snute, a very strong player, and Turuk has just, been very rough with him. Okay,
yeah,
the lobby is here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, if you watch the micro he did, he sort of had his SCVs as like an island. And the Marines would just go in a circle around the island of SCVs, and they were pretty much not touched for the entire time. Like, despite the fact that Snute was getting that surround on the SCVs.
Are you in the lobby?
The Marines were dealing the damage.
Mate, lobby.
I will improve.
Yeah, you must most definitely need to improve, because one of these days you will miss a game, and I'll be solo casting it. That happens. Alright, so the game number 2, Turuk with 1-0 lead. The game number 2. Well, I would say that Snute should be prepared for a move like that, but then he has done all of the scouting that you need to do. He has sent the overlords, and he did notice what's going on, but it was just too late. And maybe a player like Nesty, who's very much used to cheesing himself, would manage to stop that. But sorry, Snute was just not. Turuk asks, is this only cross? This is GSL version where we have any spawning spot. And let's introduce the players here. We have Liquid Snute spawning as the red Zerg in the left top corner of the map. This is the moment where you do the second player introduction.
I didn't know that you were giving me a turn. I did not know. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, we have our blue Terran CSC's Turuk.
Yeah, and the game is on our screens already because apparently we didn't show it as good as we should have. But now we're there.
But you
All
can
right,
see that
guys.
we're telling the truth. They are in the locations we said they were, so...
Yeah, we did not lie to you guys. We don't give any bull. Okay, so after this first game, actually, this is a very good way to start off a best of 3 by Turuk. Now, you know, you can either win or lose the first game when you do a thing like two racks, but what you do either way is you just, well, you just play with the mind of your opponent. And right now, Snute may be thinking, he may go for something cheesy. Now, on a map like Whirlwind, that would be an extra hard task to do. But
yeah.
it's a long map, guys. But besides that, right now Snute may just feel a little bit overwhelmed. On the other hand, he's a reasonably jolly fellow. I have met him a couple of times in person, so he may just be strong enough and resilient enough to not think about what has happened in the previous game. And that's actually the best thing you can do after such a loss.
Yeah, I think that's one of the marks of some of the most successful players is just having a really strong mentality and not being as susceptible to becoming out of control emotionally when something negative happens. Definitely a very valuable skill to have.
And a scout from Terran that we'll see, of course, it has been a hatchery first build. I'm just wondering what Turuk will do this game. We have seen him in the previous tournament, so I would say he's one of the up-and-coming players. He probably didn't get as much exposure on the big LAN tournaments, but he's a very solid player anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, exactly.
No.
The mule has spent around nearly 30 seconds not doing a thing. And then Turuk spots it. He walks to it and says, "What do you think you're doing?" and the mule has a smoke in his hand and says, "Oh, I'm just chilling." You know,
yeah,
my life is very short.
You know, mules aren't allowed to be taking breaks. I mean, he's got to get a much stricter policy. For some reason, his workers are just, you know, taking breaks when they're not supposed to be. That's no good.
Well, yeah, but then with a lifespan of a mule, he's just feel free to ignore the.
Yeah, he's kind of feeling reckless about it. Yeah.
Yeah. A very nice placement of the Marines. I don't know if you spotted that. Trying to catch the overload. Oh, and 6 Zerglings. No more, no less. The Marines will be caught off guard by that. Oh, but hey, they managed to try and escape. Not escape.
No. Oh, no. Does he have anything behind the wall? Oh, he's got a Hellion. Looks like he's going to be okay. Pulls that in. I mean, he might have even kept that depot down on purpose to bait the Lings to come up the ramp, and he'll finish him off with the Hellion pretty easily. Loses some Marines for it, though, so... All in all, I think a pretty good trade.
Yeah, a very good trade. Alright, so let's take a look at what Liquid Snute is doing right now. 2 gases in the main, and he already has a lot of queens, but he doesn't have a 3rd base. So what he may be going for is a Muta build, or I would say, you know, having gases at this stage of the game would count towards a roach aggression, but he doesn't have a roach warrant, so I would just vote for Mutas later on.
So we have a little bit of drop action that's going to get spotted by this Overlord, unfortunately, so Snute should be totally prepared for that. Also, oh my god, so Snute is spreading creep in his main base, and I love seeing this so much. Like, there are so few players that I see that are spreading creep in any direction other than directly at their opponent, and this is going to help him defend it off so easily.
But this drop is only a bait. What you see is 3 Helions are making their way to the natural, and Mestru is lagging. Oh, Mestru. Not too good. That was
a nice little bait, though, from Turuk, though.
Yeah. You know, kind of anticlimactic right now.
I'm pretty sure that Turuk has things hotkeyed to 3 and 1 right now. It's just a guess, but it could be the truth. But the Hellions are running in here, should be able to get past his Spinecrawler and deal some damage.
And we're
That's
back.
just left the game.
Yeah. And, you know, this has been kind of bad for Turuk and might have messed up his attack a little bit. The Hellions get picked up. But anyway, three Hellions, not too much. He was hoping for a nice counter-attack, for a nice run-by with the Hellions, but didn't manage to do that. We have a Baneling Nest, we have a Lair Tech right now, and we have speed upgrade for the Zergling, so I would say that I'm more than sure that he may be going for Mutas later on. And he is just accumulating the gas slowly. Two-base
double starport coming in from Turuk to follow this up.
And
both
Banshees,
with Tech Labs.
and Banshees. Now, if Snute really goes for Mutas, it would be awesome. It would be awesome for him against double starport. That's what you want. You can easily pick Banshees off, you can easily catch drops, and oh, this bunker with only a single Marine, and Snute does get a read on that. He knows that there is not too much inside, and now surrounding some workers, gathering minerals peacefully, and this, somewhere from up in the heavens, this mule is just laughing.
Where's the lift? Oh, he's building an SCV instead of lifting it off. Oh man, took a lot of hits on that he didn't need to. But he's gonna be okay for now.
Alright, so the gas gets used for the banelings. There is no additional gas on the expansion, and this is going to be a two-base baneling bust. Something that you don't see that often, and oh, it's going in! It's going in for the kill. The Banshees will do damage, but then there's a lot of targets that they need to focus. Nice pick of the base.
Oh, he gets out with 19 losses. He can clean this up. He might be able to stage sort of a recovery, but Snoot's on 2 bases.
So the situation is not very good for the Turuk player, and we have Aspire. And right now, after seeing how many Hellions and how many Banshees are on the map, Snute realizes, okay, going Muta would be really smart right now.
Yeah, and you have that classic Baneling, Zergling Muta style from the Zerg versus the Terran, and he's even dropping creep. Look at this, he's dropping creep with an Overlord that's hiding behind the orbital command.
And the Marines downside go, I think our orbital command is leaking. No man, it's just taking a piss, leave it alone.
Yeah, it was actually, you know, that's a new heart, the swarm capability that got leaked in. The Terrans will be able to drop creep with orbital commands.
A difficult defense here, and Snute, just barely catching that queen with a transfuse. 3 Banshees still on the map. Oh, they get focused nicely, and we have GG from Turuk. Snute has done it. So the second game goes for Snute, and we have a 1-1 situation. Snute had a difficulty at the start with the first game, but now he's just cool. He doesn't have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been a move from Turuk with that early rush to say, well, I'm not going to be able to beat Snute, so I got to do some kind of an all-in to catch him off guard. Maybe he might have been thinking with a similar mentality with that double port Banshee. I really don't see that a lot, Terran versus Zerg.
Yep. Now, what I really like about the style of play of Snute is he's very dynamic, you know. He can easily adjust himself to the style of his opponents. You can join the lobby, by the way. And you know, he's very quick to react. He doesn't worry, oh, you know, I should have gone that, now I need to defend with this. No, he sees that there are a lot of Banshees. He instantly, and his reflexes are, you know, the top. He instantly builds a lot of Spore Crawlers. He instantly builds, you know, additional Queens. He knows what he needs to defend this, and he does it.
Especially because any of the early pressure from the Terran didn't deal any damage. He was just in a great position. All he had to do was hold. Yeah,
you're exactly right. So the next map will be Newkirk District, which kinda gives me a little bit of a Star Trek feeling. Probably because of the name Kirk in it.
Fair enough,
but hey, fair enough. Let's move into the game itself, guys. I'm Yegwen. With me here is the Jack Attack. You can find our Twitters in the bottom right corner of the screen. Now let's introduce the players. Let's see if we do it right this time. On the left bottom corner of the map, we have Liquid Snute spawning as the Red Zerg.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, we have CSC Turuk, the blue Terran player.
All right. So on this map, it is going to be much easier for Snute to scout. I think that this map actually is very good for Zerg scouting. You just send an overload. There are only 2 locations on the map where you can spawn. Your overload is rather difficult to be picked off. Now, if the Terran is extra cheesy, he may try to catch the overload around here. If you check what I'm looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this may work or may not, depends on the timing. But besides that, you know, Snute will be able to throw his overload right inside the Terran's base, and that will give him every single bit of scouting information that he needs.
There's a lot of open air on this map. That's actually something that I've noticed that tends to be the case with a lot of the Blizzard maps, is that they have a lot of open space. You think of maps like what is it? Condemned Ridge. There was a ladder map for a while. It's just so much open space behind bases and around bases. It looks like they've cleaned up that, at least in this map, and there's not so much space behind the main bases, at least in the naturals.
Ooh,
so.
and Turuk going for a command center first. Now, this is good, but Liquid Snute has went for 12 pull, if I'm not mistaken. So, or even a 10 pull. I'm not so sure about that. So, he'll be in an extra safe position against the Terran, and in fact, Turuk may have trouble keeping this expansion up. It all comes down to the timing where the Zerglings will hit. If they hit before the command center gets built, then I'm sorry, you will need to cancel, or you will need to defend it somehow. You know, there is no way that the Zerglings will get into the main, but what I've seen players that do the command center first build do is build it as a part of the wall, and that way you're extra safe and you don't need to worry that much about Zerglings. Now Turuk took a risk and is going to pay for that.
Yeah, well, it looks like the command center is going to be up before the Zerglings get there, so he should be able to just lift it off and not take too much heavy losses. But if these Marines, or this Marine, the single Marine, gets caught outside of the wall, he's at least going to take some damage in repairs.
The command center is going to finish, so the
Just
timing
in time.
after all, yeah, in the nick of time. It gets transformed to a command center, to orbital command right now, and oh my god, the Marines gets caught, but
Yep. Sorry,
yes.
bud, you're left outside.
This looks yeah, it looks exactly like a moment from the Alien where, you know, I'm sorry, there's something running after you, I'm not going to let that into the base. Sorry, my friend, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And, you know,
So
from
it
the
looks
point
like
of view...
even in the turmoil, he gets an orbital command up, which is pretty nice. He gets to drop a mule and everything, so...
What Snute could have done, by the wow, that was nice from Turuk. He saw, okay, the Zerglings are gone for a second, and he has misparked.
Oh, I don't know.
And he
that
lost
might
it.
have been too risky.
That
might
was
have been
too
a little
risky.
bit on the risky side.
Yeah.
The only Marine goes down, and this is very scary. Only 5 lings, so the SCV should be able to stall while another Marine gets out, but definitely a lot of damage coming up from
Nice
Snoot's
saves
build
of
here.
the SCVs. 2 SCVs hurt very badly, are being micromanaged to run away. Snute will still try to catch them, but see, he's also wasting his time. Ah, nice catch.
Oh,
2 of them
gets
caught.
them.
Yes!
Nice little micro battle there.
Okay, so let's sum the game up. Snute already has an expansion running, very good for him, and he's going for 3 gases. Will we have a 4th gas? No, not yet, but this is going to be a fast tech for him. He knows, you know, I'm ahead in the game. Why would I mind going for fast tech? On the other side of the map, we have Turuk, who has not managed to get his reactor fast, so he will not have Hellions very quickly.
Yeah, he's going for 3 command Skenter. He's going for 3 command Skenters, and he's going to get scouted by Snute, so Snute knows exactly what's up. I mean, with this many gases, do you think he's going to be staying on 2 base and try to make another push?
I think that he's going to go for a roach push. Roach pushes have been extremely popular recently in the GSL. And players, you know, there was a moment where you didn't just play roach pushes against a Terran, but recently players have shown that, okay, if he's going for an expand, then, you know, there's a lot of space for you to micro your roaches correctly, and you can actually score some nice hits. So we will see how Snute does. I'm quite sure he knows what he's doing. A 4th gas now. Yeah. That was not in any way meant to offend Snute. I mean, he's one of my favorite European players, and again, a very jolly guy. I have spoke with him directly after he has lost at IEM, and he was just, you know, smiling. And I said, "Why are you smiling?" I'm okay. I mean, I have won the Home Story Cup recently. Why would I be sorry? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just how the life is. So that attitude is pro. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have this misconception that if you're a professional and you're good, that means you win everything. You know, when Nestea didn't win a GSL for 2 seasons, we were like, oh yeah, he's in a slump. He was making it into like very deep into the tournament anyway, but he was like, oh yeah, he's in a slump. And then there was an interview with Nestea, and Juani asked him like, oh yeah, people say that you're in a slump, and he was just like, I'm in Code S. How am I in a slump?
Yeah. You know, once you get to Code, if you would get dropped from Code A, the round of 48, then that's actually a point where a lot of players just end their careers because they have, you know, mismatched expectations, they don't perform that much, and dropping out of Code A round of 48 can be devastating. But if you drop out of Code S at any single point, I mean, I would love to be that good to play a Code S game, even if I went 2-0.
I would like to have one game where I played at Code S level. Just one game in my life that I played that good, and that's it. I would be happy with that.
You would become a vegetable after that, because your brain would not be used to so much usage. So would I. So no offense. Alright, Snute. Yeah, a roach approach. And again, a bunker with only 1 marine. That was a scarecrow, not a bunker.
Oh, GG. Oh, nice reads on Snute. Really well done. Just making all the right decisions at the right time.
Yeah, so Snute is on fire. Now, the first game went kind of rough, but he didn't expect, you know, he probably checked the league of the other player and he saw he's Grandmaster, so he's probably not going to cheese me. But then what Turuk did was very good for our first game. But Snute didn't let his guard down in the other games. He wasn't affected by the fact that the first game was cheese. So very well played, guys. Now we'll be back with you after a short commercial break. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Jägerlisk TV. See ya later.